Have you ever sat down and thought, why am I not where I want to be? Why do I feel like I still have so much to give, but life keeps passing me by? If you have, you're not alone. So many people, especially in their later years, feel like time has slipped through their fingers, like the dreams they once had are now just distant memories. But let me tell you something. Your story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. Too often, we convince ourselves that success is a young person's game, that if we haven't achieved our biggest dreams by now, it's too late. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is one simple thing: wasted potential. And today we're going to talk about why you're not reaching the success you deserve and how to change that starting right now. First, let's address the biggest misconception. Success isn't about age, luck, or talent. It's about action. And the reason so many people feel stuck is because they've stopped taking action. Think about it. When we were younger, we were constantly pushing forward, learning, trying, failing, and getting back up again. But somewhere along the way, we started slowing down. We got comfortable. We let fear, doubt, or routine take over. And before we knew it, we were stuck in the same cycle, day after day, wondering where the time went. But here's the good news. If you're still breathing, you still have potential, and it's time to stop wasting it. The first thing you need to do is break free from the biggest trap that keeps people from success: self-doubt. How many times have you thought, I'm too old to start something new, or it's too late for me to change? That voice in your head? It's lying to you. Some of the greatest successes in history didn't happen in youth. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. Grandma Moses, the famous painter, didn't begin her art career until she was almost 80. Success doesn't have an age limit. The only limit is the one you put on yourself. The moment you start believing that you still have something great to achieve is the moment everything changes. But belief alone isn't enough. You have to take action. And that starts with one powerful step: learning. One of the biggest reasons people stop progressing in life is because they stop learning. Think about it. When was the last time you learned a new skill, picked up a book that challenged your thinking, or tried something outside of your comfort zone? Learning isn't just for the young. It's for anyone who wants to keep growing. And growth is the foundation of success. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't have the energy I used to. And that's fair. But learning doesn't have to be exhausting. It can be as simple as reading for 15 minutes a day, watching a documentary instead of the same old TV shows, or even having conversations with people who challenge your thinking. The key is to stay curious, because the moment you stop being curious, you stop growing. But learning alone isn't enough. The next step is action. You have to take what you learn and put it into practice. And this is where most people get stuck. They consume information, but never apply it. Have you ever read a great book, felt inspired, and then done nothing with it? That's wasted potential. Success comes when you turn knowledge into action. So what's one thing you can start doing today to move closer to your goals? Maybe it's starting that business you've always dreamed of. Maybe it's finally writing that book, learning an instrument, or getting in better shape. Whatever it is, take one small step toward it today. Because success isn't about giant leaps. It's about consistent, small steps in the right direction. The biggest enemy of success is inaction. And inaction usually comes from fear: fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of wasting time. But let me ask you this. What's worse, trying and failing, or never trying and living with regret? The truth is, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it, adapted, and kept going. Right now, I want you to think about something you've always wanted to do, but never pursued. What's holding you back? Is it fear, doubt, lack of time? Whatever it is, recognize that it's just an excuse. The only way to overcome it is to take action despite it. Remember, your potential isn't gone. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. The question is, will you? Because the only way to stop wasting your potential is to start using it. Now that we've broken through the mindset of self-doubt and talked about the importance of learning and taking action, let's go deeper into why so many people get stuck. One of the biggest reasons people don't reach their full potential is because they built their lives around comfort instead of challenge. And while comfort might feel good, it's also the silent killer of progress. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that scared you a little? Something that made your heart race, made you feel unsure, but also made you feel alive. If you can't remember, that's a problem. Growth happens in discomfort. Every time you step outside of what's familiar, you stretch yourself. You prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. But most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They stick to what they know, they resist change, and then they wonder why life feels stagnant. The truth is, if you want to reach your full potential, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So here's a challenge for you. Do something this week that makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's speaking up in a conversation where you'd normally stay quiet. Maybe it's trying a new hobby, meeting new people, or learning a new skill. The point is to break free from the bubble of routine and remind yourself that life still has excitement, adventure, and growth waiting for you. Another reason people waste their potential? They spend too much time looking backward instead of forward. It's easy to get caught up in regrets, the I wish I had thoughts. I wish I had taken that opportunity. I wish I had been braver. I wish I had started sooner. But here's the truth. Regret changes nothing. It only steals your energy from what you can still do. You can't rewrite the past, but you can take control of the future. Every second you spend dwelling on what you didn't do is a second you're not using to do something now. Instead of asking, why didn't I? Start asking, what can I do next? Because no matter what's behind you, the road ahead is still open. The only question is whether you're willing to take it. And while we're on the topic of looking ahead, let's talk about one of the most important success principles: having a vision. People who achieve great things don't just stumble into them. They see the destination before they get there. They have a clear vision of what they want, and they move toward it every day. What do you want for yourself? And I mean really want, not what society tells you to want, not what you think is realistic. What is that deep, burning desire inside of you that you've been ignoring? Maybe it's writing a book, traveling more, starting a business, improving your health, or making a bigger impact on the world. Whatever it is, it's time to stop pushing it aside. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Take out a piece of paper and write down the life you want as if it's already happening. I wake up every morning excited for the day. I feel strong, healthy, and full of purpose. I spend my time doing things that inspire me. I am surrounded by people who uplift me. I am making a difference in the world. The more clearly you can see it, the easier it becomes to move toward it. Because here's the thing, if you don't know where you're going, how will you ever get there? Too many people drift through life without a clear direction, hoping things will just fall into place. But success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. And once you have that vision, the next step is making it a priority. One of the biggest mistakes people make is treating their dreams like an afterthought. They put everything else first: chores, errands, other people's needs. And by the time they think about their own goals, they're too exhausted to take action. If you want to stop wasting your potential, you have to make yourself a priority. That means scheduling time for what matters. If you want to write, block out time to write. If you want to get healthier, set aside time to exercise. If you want to learn a new skill, dedicate time to practice and protect that time fiercely. Because if you don't, life will fill it with distractions. Let's talk about another success blocker: perfectionism. A lot of people don't take action because they're waiting to be perfect. I'll start when I know enough. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when everything is lined up perfectly. But guess what? That day will never come. Perfection is an illusion. Nobody starts out knowing everything. Nobody feels fully ready. And the people who succeed aren't the ones who wait for the perfect moment. They're the ones who start messy, make mistakes, and figure it out along the way. So if perfectionism has been holding you back, it's time to let it go. Progress is more important than perfection. Doing something imperfectly is better than doing nothing perfectly. So take that first step. Now let's bring everything together. We've talked about self-doubt, stepping out of your comfort zone, creating a vision, making yourself a priority, and letting go of perfectionism. But there's one final piece that will determine whether or not you actually follow through: commitment. You see, potential means nothing without commitment. You can have all the talent, all the intelligence, and all the opportunities in the world. But if you're not committed to taking action, nothing changes. Commitment is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Think about the most successful people you know, not just in terms of money or career, but in life. The ones who are truly happy, fulfilled, and living with purpose. I guarantee you they didn't get there by accident. They got there because they committed to a path and stuck with it, even when things got tough. And that's where most people fall short. They start strong, but the moment they hit a challenge, they slow down, hesitate, or quit altogether. But here's what you need to understand. Challenges are part of the process. Every successful person has faced obstacles, failures, and setbacks. The difference is, they didn't let those setbacks stop them. They adjusted, learned, and kept going. So how do you build that kind of commitment in your own life? It starts with a decision that from this moment on, you will stop waiting, stop making excuses, and stop settling for less than what you're capable of. Because the truth is, you have more power than you realize. The only thing standing between you and success is the choice to keep going, no matter what. Now let's talk about something important, accountability. It's easy to break promises to ourselves, but when we have accountability, we're more likely to follow through. So find a way to hold yourself accountable. Maybe it's telling a friend or family member about your goal. Maybe it's writing it down and reviewing it every day. Maybe it's setting a deadline and committing to taking one small step forward every single day. Whatever method works for you, use it. Because commitment isn't just about making a decision once, it's about making that decision again and again, even when motivation fades. And trust me, motivation will fade. That's why you need discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. And here's something else to remember. Celebrate your progress. Too many people focus on how far they still have to go, instead of recognizing how far they've already come. Every small win matters. Every step forward is proof that you're capable of change. So acknowledge your progress, be proud of yourself, and use that momentum to keep moving forward. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to take a moment to imagine something. Imagine waking up a year from now, having fully committed to your growth. Imagine looking back and realizing that you finally stopped holding yourself back, that you took action, pushed past your fears, and unlocked the potential that was inside you all along. How would that feel? How different would your life be? Because that life is possible. It's not just a dream, it's within your reach, but only if you decide to make it happen. So here's my final challenge to you. Don't let this just be another video you watch and forget. Take action right now. Pick one thing you've been putting off and take the first step today. Because success isn't about luck, talent, or age. It's about the choice to start. And if this video inspired you, let me know in the comments what step you're taking today. I want to hear from you. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content that helps you become the best version of yourself. Because your story isn't over. Your potential is still waiting. The only question is, what will you do with it? Here's to your success at any age.